boxing as I do. Knockout ability. It has you on the edge of your seat because you know at any moment he might end the fight.
Yeah, there's all a little simmer and you think it's just going to burst into flames at one stage and just ignite Rory over any stretch of holes.
Good swing, good shot yet again. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated off line.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Even par so far. Shouldn't be a problem here. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Settles in always with excellent posture over the ball.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
How about that terrific approach shot, setting up a makeable eagle putt? Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
He's 11 feet away.
Rich, how can you leave an eagle putt short?
Well, you can't. I mean, that's
The
embarrassing.
one, you can leave a par putt, birdie putt, an eagle putt.
Might want to just shut the game down and quit playing.
Even par, currently.
Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Third hole's a par 4. Again, it's 428 yards, but frankly, look out to the left and we can see there's nothing quite like the third at Oakmont.
Well, the church pews certainly might look beautiful from our point of view, but they really shrink the hole down, or the landing area, because not only the pews on the left side, but the bunch of bunkers on the right. You see the tee shot plays a little downhill, but it funnels in so closely together that more often than not, we'll see players hit long irons off the tee here. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, 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 rough. There's something about a well-hit shot.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play. Get a good look now at the second shot here at hole number 3. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, that's disappointing. That's a drop shot at number 3. He'll have 17 feet on this putt. So the short miss, and those are painful. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just misses. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Putt for par. He needs one. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Nudge this one home, finish it up. +1 in the early going. Here now with the par 5 fourth at Oakmont, 609 yards in length. Good, par 5. Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. Second shot here at the 4th hole. This one's looking good. Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. This is position A right in the fairway and 180 yards to go.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
How did that not go in?
So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. He has this putt for eagle. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what... That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. We're at the 5th hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first 3 coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing, because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away to the player's left.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the green, and a chance for a birdie. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. These putts keep the round together. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
This can be a cruel game at times. Really no chance to go in there. And getting ready for the putt. Has his par. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. And now to the par 3 6th here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Still some work to do here at the par 3, Frank.
Yeah, you'd think there with the size of that green, this green would be an easy one to hit, but that's irrelevant now. Let's see if he can get it up and down. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking might get it close. And just a great shot.
Settles in over the putt. Just a couple of feet. So with that, the score is now at even par. The par 4-7, 434 yards. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth ready with his approach. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better. Even par currently.
Good putt, and now 1 under par. So with that, 1 over par. Frank, the par 3 8th, it will take a player's very best strike.
Yeah, it's not often you see the odd driver come out of the bag, but when a hole can be stretched out to close to 300 yards, then everybody in the field needs some heavy artillery. It's a big, long par 3. Green does feed a little bit to the left, but at that distance, no hole is easy.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close.
Rich, it's gone.
In the hole. You do not see that every day. That, folks, is a hole-in-one. Wow. Locked in on the read and the speed. So after all that, it's a bogey. Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selections being spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. Frank, it's always fun at a U.S. Open when you have a shot that could be described as not only tough but quirky, and I think this would fit the bill.
It is, because the green really was built for a par 5, and when you look at the size of it, you can say, well, why would a green that big be built for a par 5? Well, half of it really is unusual because it's a practice putting green, but it has hole locations like just over the bunker on the right that really designed for a par 5. So as a par 4, somehow, if you can thread it through that gap and take 2 putts, this is one of the harder greens to putt on too. This is a stout par 4 to finish the front 9.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Has the putt, and now at -1. Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That is just a beautiful shot. Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Just in the first cut of rough. Not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a masterclass in short game.
Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. This for Jordan Spieth's birdie. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Frank, it's only 379 yards, a par 4. You thinking birdie here at the 11th?
You would think for that distance, no, but you'd take 4 here. It's a stringent tee shot. The fairway doesn't really look pleasing to the eye. It looks like it moves out to the left, but that's exactly where those bunkers are. So more often than not, we see players hitting out of the right rough. And back in 1994, this is where the playoff finished with Lauren Roberts and Ernie Els.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is. That's an absolute beauty.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. So in the first cut here, it could be worse.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Settles in over the putt.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
He has this for par. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Putt drops. Now at 1 over par. Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot. The whole fairway slopes left to right. Just to get the ball on the fairway, you've got to draw the ball against the slope. The same problem exists with the second and the third shot.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, what are you looking to do on this approach shot here at the par 5 12th?
Well, if you're not lucky enough to be able to get the second shot down by that greenside bunker, which leaves you some sort of pitch, you've got to avoid these two sections of cross bunkers. But remembering, you're heading to a side slope, so either draw the ball against the side slope or somehow aim it high enough up the hill that there's enough fairway for it to stop on.
Headed for the bunker? Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll. Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back, he didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still.
Picked that way too clean.
No spin, running out, and long. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Hit it. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Nice par to remain at 2 under. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. To a relatively short par 3. We're at the 13th at Oakmont, 183 yards. Frank?
Another hole, because of the shape of this green, that you're almost breaking down into 3 sections. That front little circle you can see, the bit in the middle or the bit at the back. You're trying to play to one of those 3 sections.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good.
It's in.
He made an ace, Frank. Can you believe it? Wow. We are about 170 yards from the hole. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just 5 feet left. Nudge this one home, finish it up. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 11th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. Rich Lerner back with you at the 14th hole at Oakmont. And this is a hole that offers up a pretty good scoring opportunity, a short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
315.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Jordan Spieth now on the approach shot. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, You never know. It might just go in.
And getting ready for the putt. Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
So a tester from 4 feet. In for par, and will sit tight at 4 under. Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up 1. Frank, he needs to right the ship in a hurry. That's a bogey right there.
Well, he's got to sort of wipe the memory banks, too. He's still dwelling, I think, on that double bogey he made back there earlier in the round. And you know, that's carried over into this, and it's affecting the way in which he's playing.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Excellent looking shot here. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Getting set now over the putt.
just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Jordan Spieth can really roll it, has good feel. Let's see what he does with this putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can he do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th hole, and you have a long iron in hand. You can't flinch. You can't take it halfway back and go. This has to be the complete swing, and you have to really have the nerve on this shot.
Yeah, this shot has to be hitting right out of the button, that's for sure. One thing to consider, though, in the back of your mind, it's always better putting back uphill. Well, uphill is actually from the back of the screen. So you actually can be a little braver on 16 than what you might think standing on that tee, because a little long is better than a little short.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through the putt.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This for Jordan Spieth's birdie. He'd settle for par here. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, that looked good to me. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Ah, that hurts. Wow. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So just a formality here. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Three under on the day. Now on to the 17th hole, and Frank, in so many ways, this determined the outcome of the 2007 U.S. Open. Jim Furyk had his issues here. It's just 313 yards, but it can really play with a player's mind.
It's such an unusual par 4 for a U.S. Open, plus also where it comes in the round, because the options, and there's only really two, is like a 4 or 5 iron, you sneak it up the right side, or you take a driver directly at the green. You would think there's something in between, but really there isn't. And that's why, to your point, it stopped Jim Furyk, it stopped Tiger Woods, it allowed Cabrera to win. It also helped Ernie Els, who went with the driver option there back in 1994. So 17, it's short, it's tempting, it is at a U.S. Open, but it is still demanding.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in one. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Oh man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, you always start out thinking about going low, but you know in this game you can end up feeling low. What do you tell a player who's had an off day?
Well, this is as much about managing your misses as celebrating your great shots. You look at the best players in the world, they know how to play bad better than anybody.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
This is a good-looking shot. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Solid play, heart of the green. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Well, not going to be too happy with that one. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's a good day's work right there. Round of 67. He has this attempt for par. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Frank, not the best round we have seen. Bit of a struggle today.
We didn't really see a lot of great shots out there, Rich, to be honest. But I guess the most interesting thing is, can they turn it around?
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today we're located in La Quinta, California, getting set to take on this very challenging course. It's the stadium course at PGA West, designed by none other than the man behind TPC Sawgrass, Pete Dye. Diabolical, Frank. How would you describe the layout of the golf course?
I think diabolical is the first thing that would come to mind. This is how Pete Dye got his reputation, by building these type of golf courses. Matter of fact, in 1987, the players voted. They didn't want to keep coming back here. They thought it was too tough. But it has been used as a tour qualifying site. So if you think it's too tough for the regular pro, you imagine trying to qualify for your PGA Tour card and playing this. This is a tough test.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough.
Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. He'll need to be strong with this. Spieth over a par putt. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Settles in over the putt. So just getting started, even par so far. Just a couple of feet. So with that, 1 over par. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club.
There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Spieth came out of the University of Texas, led the Longhorns to the NCAA title his freshman year.
Yeah, one of the advantages of being good early is you always are one step ahead of the rest.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, such a sweet swing. Really a pleasure to watch. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. That will be a great look at birdie. All right, Frank, what's the player looking at here on the second hole with the approach shot?
Well, Rich, notice the bunker that cuts into the green on the left side. It turns it into a crescent-shaped green. So really there's three distinct sections, the one in the back, the one in the middle, and the front. Just be very wary of where the flag is here.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Even par early on. This from 7 feet. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth, ready with his approach.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Not enough on that one.
It just seemed to baby it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Ooh, so close. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a tap in to finish the hole. +1 in the early going. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. The green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. Mini roller coaster. This is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. So into red figures at 1 under. Frank, what'd you say at the top? die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The fifth hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be the longer hitters, you might have what into this green?
Well, you can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that. Maybe double eagle.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
No, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
So, Frank, we know that the players petitioned back in the 80s to move the PGA Tour event away from PGA West. It's coming back in 2016. But what did Pete Dye say about golf courses being fair or unfair?
Well, he said it actually. He tried to say it with a chuckle, but he always said that golf's not a fair game. So why build a golf course that's fair?
Do you agree with that?
I do now. I think everything has to align itself together. When you looked at the equipment that the players were using, wooden drivers and balls that spun around, they had trouble on windy days. And these golf courses, they really were brutal. But I think now that the ball goes further, the introduction of the metal-headed driver, the utility clubs, all of those things have made these golf courses really come back into favor again. Look at what Jason Day did in 2015 at the PGA Championship at Whistling Straits on a Pete Dye golf course. That's how you have to play the game now. We have to embrace change.
How difficult is this golf course at PGA West? Well, it was ranked 8th on this year's Golf Digest, America's 20 toughest golf courses. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping.
Tough break.
Just a little tap in here. Good score going. Now at 2 under par.
Even par currently.
Still playing even for the day after the par. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3/6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard?
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. That was not a very good read right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. He can make eagle right here. Oh, that hurts. Thought he had it. Jordan Spieth can really roll it. Has good feel. Let's see what he does with this putt. Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8th.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. -3 now for the round. Frank, the par 4 ninth at 452 yards is all you want.
You could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, still relatively early in the round, but given what we've seen so far, this could be a heck of a golf round.
Yeah, right now everything's just going according to plan. It's like he's playing on all 8 cylinders. So really, you're just trying to get out of your own weight. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. Locked in on the read and the speed. In for par. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better. Beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
In for par. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. Little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side, so you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Oh, this is right at it.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Good read right there. Let's see if Spieth can get the round going, get the crowd going here. This one would do it. It's for eagle. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. 21-foot putt, set to go. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Oh, that was nasty.
That's an outrage right there. I mean, if there's a high commission of golfdom, we need to consult them right now because it's just simply not fair, Frank. It's not.
I think the people above are frowning and the people below.
So they'll tap in. Has it, and he's 2 under par. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. No fairway here. This one in that rough.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols. growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. In for par, and will sit tight at 4 under. Well, Frank, we came off a hole, the short par 4 12th, where players no doubt were thinking about making birdie. Here, it's a different story. Why?
It is. Well, 13's always going to be unlucky for some. There's so much water down there on that left side, and the way it sort of laps up to the wooden bulkhead, it looks anything other than a straight shot. And this is where you have to mentally move the flag. You've got to push that flag in your mind's eye to the right side of the green and say, I do not want to go left of that.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Spieth trying to light the fuse. This one's for birdie. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. 4 under on the day. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options. You know, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Bang! Has it. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Did the job right there. Now at the 15th, par 4, 468 yards. It is nicknamed Turning Home as we are making our way towards the close of this round. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Oh, it's fine.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth, ready with his approach.
And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag.
This for Jordan Spieth's birdie. Starting to really play well. -5. 8-foot putt here. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16th.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Spieth has this for eagle.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Looking to make a move. This putt for birdie. So makes the putt. And now at -6. So just a formality here. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot.
On fire right now. 7 under par.
Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards. But again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's 3 groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. That's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3 wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with. What a great shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you think about the great rivalries in sports, the Yankees and the Red Sox, Ollie and Frazier, and in golf, Nicklaus and Palmer. Great athletes, great teams pushing one another to great heights.
It's amazing how that's gone forward too, because Nicklaus and Palmer really became Nicklaus and Watson. Then there was like Norman Faldo, but some would say that Faldo Ballesteros, 6 majors to 5 was even more important. But in this era that we're in now, I think we're all praying for that Woods-McIlroy rivalry. Woods with 14 majors, McIlroy already with 4. That really is one to salivate over. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
And here it is, the final approach shot of the day.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And getting ready for the putt. Moves to -8. They'll take it. That's a par. What a thrilling day of golf. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner. So long for now from the Career Builder Challenge at PGA West.